What's up, guys? It is basically Bensky, and I'm super excited to kind of talk to you guys more about the xTool M2 because this machine has turned my 3D printing business around, and it's something that I anticipated, but not exactly in the way that I thought. I genuinely thought I was just going to make a bunch of custom stickers and maybe have a lot of fun with that. But I've discovered a couple of things. One thing I'm just going to have to kind of tease about because I'm like working on it. But let's just stop talking about the intro and let's get into the video. Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Bensky. I primarily do 3D printing content, but I am also doing a lot with small business content. And so if that's something that interests you, whether it's going to be 3D printing, small business, tech, travel, all that fun stuff, make sure that you subscribe to the video and give a like to the video and comment down below what kind of small business you own and what advice you wish you had when you first started your small business. So we have the xTool M2. Now, I love this machine already. I have never really messed with lasers before, just a couple desktop ones, but xTool Studio, the M2 have made it really, really easy. I'm still learning, and we're going to show you some of the things that I've done that kind of show that I'm still learning a little bit about the machine, a little bit about myself, a little bit about settings. But it has really helped my 3D printing business in ways that I never really anticipated. And another way that I'm going to have to tease because it's not ready yet, but once I figure this out, I think this is going to change a lot for a lot of people, not just in the 3D printing space, but the cosplay space.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So what are we talking about? What are we doing? What is the M2? So the M2 is a laser cutter, engraver, and printer all wrapped into one. What's really cool is you get a number of different cartridges. This one is the CMYK cartridge for printing. The one that's attached to it right now is the 10-watt laser. There are a couple other options you can get, but those are just the two that I have right now, and it is changing everything. Because what's really cool is in xTool Studio, you can do what's called the print and then cut option. So you can lay out a design, print it out on your material, and then you just do a quick swap and you're done. Bing, bang, boom. Now we're cutting it out. Now, just to show you guys exactly how easy and fast this is to swap, we're going to do it right now in front of you. So right now we have the 10-watt laser. All we do is unhook this USB cable, undo this. It's magnetic. Put that to the side. Make sure it's safe. Grab the CMYK. Put it in there, magnetized, all good to go. Plug in the C port, and we're done. That's it. It is ready to start printing, and then you can use the print and cut feature. Now, what have I been doing to help combo this with 3D printing? Well, for those of you who've been watching my channel and watching my Instagrams, you guys know that one of my major sellers right now are clicker keychains, especially the ones where you can customize your name. I wish I had one right here, but it's in my trailer, which is, anyways, it's a whole thing. You don't need to know that, but it's just, I don't know why I don't have the inventory right here to show you.
You are one pathetic loser. No offense.
What is awesome about our clicker station is you have all these letters set out and you're able to pick up your letters, you customize your name tag, put the clickers in, and you have this fun fidget that's a name tag or a word or whatever you want to make. Now, I had printed that entire setup, and the setup's great. It worked really well, and it was a great display, but the problem was because it was printed, it was easy for people to break it. It was also easy for it to blow over in the wind. All these other factors that just made it something that I didn't really like at the end of the day. It's also really bulky to transport, and I wanted to solve that problem. What's great is I found a laser engraving file, and I got excited for two reasons. One, I've never had to buy a laser engraving file, but two, there was a file out there for that. And so what we made is this shelf here, and what's really cool about this shelf is, as you can see, we have all the buckets with the different letters. I'm still printing the other holders for this, but all of the files are there for that. And then what's great is you take this and you put it back, and it's a tiered display, and this is made out of wood. But as you're probably noticing, I put these Bensky Byte logos all the way through it. I printed this on the xTool, and then I was able to cut out all the different parts and make this. And now I have this awesome wood display that not only can fold up and has these really nice holes right here to transport it, but it's just so much better looking. Now, let's talk about the things that I've learned here, because I'm sure you can already see some of the things that I've learned. The biggest factor that I learned when doing this with printing is it takes up quite a bit of space to print, and it doesn't give you access to the whole surface to be able to print this. So that's why we have this gap right here where there's nothing printed, this gap back here. But as you can see here, these all kind of hold it out so it works out. Now, I didn't learn that lesson soon enough, because on the side, I didn't have it here, and the side pieces are really the only ones I should have really focused on to print and then cut them out. But lesson learned, we can make more in the future. But this is like immediately where this has changed everything for my 3D printing business with the M2. Like the fact that I can now have a display piece that's customized to me. I didn't even have to do that though. I could have taken the wood and just stained it and it would have been fine, but I wanted to really test out this ability, and the xTool Studio really made it super easy because, again, from my other video that I showed you guys, they have tutorials if you don't know how to do that to walk you through how to continue to do that. Now, one of the questions I keep getting is how long this will last for the CMYK. Here's the deal. So far, it was 6 sheets of this wood. I've made a bunch of stickers so far, and I'm still have full ink. So I don't know yet. We'll find out sooner or later, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Now, what else did I make for my 3D printing business? Well, obviously I made Mistakes Make Magic stickers.
Oh, there's a big surprise. That's an incredible. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
This was really cool because I was able to print these out on the sticker sheet, and then I was able to use a laminate and I put that over top of that gave it the holographic effect, and then it's able to cut it out. Now, previously, this has not been possible on a laser cutter to cut out stickers safely this way. Now, obviously you need to make sure everything's vented out. I have all of my stuff vented out properly outside. We're all good there. You can get an air purifier for the M2, but that's just, I don't have that yet. I want to get it, but I don't have it yet. So what's great about being able to make the stickers in-house is my cost is cut significantly lower than if I was going to go buy them. And now I feel less bad about giving away free stickers because the cost has been so much lower for me than if I were to outsource those stickers, and I can make them in whatever color, shape, and design that I want to, get it all done here. Now, this was one of the most useful things that I have made for my 3D printing business. And if you can't tell, this is a stencil. Now, this is a stencil from the video game Helldivers, and I'll show you, because I do have that helmet, how well this worked. Okay, so this is the Helldivers helmet that I'm currently working on in order to try to finish. But as you can see here, the stencil worked out perfectly. It was seriously amazing. No overspray, no issues. And that was all because I was able to get this stencil cut out perfectly on the M2. But I know there's probably a few of you that are really curious how I got the stencils cut out, especially because some of you might recognize this as a 3D file. So we're actually going to head over to the computer so I can show you exactly if you want to do your own stencils. And as of right now, they only exist as a 3D model. I can show you how to convert that so that you can now cut out your own stencils on whatever paper you want. This is like a craft paper, which works really, really well for these stencils. But I think this is going to be really big for not just 3D people like in the 3D space, but like I know people who do like the temporary airbrush tattoos at like fairs and markets, and they're always asking me for custom stencils. I now have a way to do that way better. So let's head over to the computer. We'll show you what that is. Right off the bat, this is the model that I've used for this stencil. So all we need to do is make sure that we have the model downloaded. Obviously I already do, but we're going to do the first step, which is head over to Tinkercad. The reason we're going to head over to Tinkercad is because it's a free software. It is easy to use. And if you've never used it before, this is not a complicated process for this part of it. But I encourage you, if this is your first time in Tinkercad, have fun with it and explore it some more. But anyways, go into Tinkercad. We're going to go ahead and click on New Project, 3D Model. And now we have this blank canvas. Again, if you're new to this, don't worry about it. If you know Tinkercad, then you know all of the stuff you need to do from here. But what we're going to do is we're going to upload the file from our computer. And here's the file. It is scaled the way it needs to be scaled. This is the size that I want it, so I don't need to worry about that. Obviously, if you need to scale it differently, this is the opportunity to do that. But we're not going to talk about that again because we're all good to go. Now, this particular model, I did do a test cut on, and the little parts that connect the eyes and the nose piece were too small for the laser engraver. It cut through it. So we're going to add some extra parts in here, but to keep it simple, let's just pretend that this model was ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to press export. And if you look at the bottom of this menu here, it says export as SVG. And that is what we want to click. That's the part that we want to focus on, because that's what we're going to throw over to xTool Studio. So once we bring it over to xTool Studio, we're going to start a new project. We're going to open that up. Again, hopefully you know how to set up xTool Studio. If not, look at my last video, but we'll also probably have some other tutorial videos. But we're going to go ahead and bring our SVG in. Once the SVG is in here, we're just going to make sure everything looks right. We're going to press our laser, make sure it's set to cut, and that's it. It is ready to go. It is ready to cut your stencil. And then you get this amazing stencil just like this, cut out, ready to go. Like I said, we had to modify this particular model. I'll probably have a whole other video about how to do that, but it's that easy. You can find the model, you can turn it into an SVG through Tinkercad, and then you have your own stencil. And this is all of this is being done and accomplished to aid my 3D printing business because of the M2, which is just phenomenal for me. This is next level. I mean, the fact that I already sell a lot of these helmets, but this stencil part was always so hard to get right that it was always so frustrating because I would print it out on the printer and it was just never flexible enough, and I had a lot of overspray. But again, look at how crisp that looks. I mean, it is freaking awesome. And if you can't tell, this is a helmet themed after my colors, my blue and pink colors. But anyways, that's a whole different thing. But honestly, my thoughts about the M2 are that this is a phenomenal starting laser. If you've never gone into laser engraving or anything like that, just buy this one. Like, this is just it is so easy to use. It is so friendly to use, and it makes me really excited to see the kinds of things that people who would never normally get into laser engraving or laser cutting get into it, because now they have an entry point machine that is easy to use and friendly to use and gives great quality. Now, the last announcement is one of the announcements that I think a lot of you have been looking for is the Patreon live? The answer is yes. Patreon is live. It will be down in my description to join the Patreon. Now, there's only one post right now. We are getting into that. We will have more posts and actual content by the end of the month, so you don't feel like you're, wasting time or money or anything like that. But we decided to go ahead and add 3 tiers. There's going to be the basic tier. There is going to be the entrepreneur tier, where you're going to have one-on-one time with me to be able to sit down every month and just talk about your small business, especially if it's 3D printed related, and figure out what is working, what's not working, what strategies we can come up with together so that you can be successful like me within your small 3D printing space business. But it won't be just exclusive to 3D printers. It will be open to anybody in the small business market, maker space, or anything like that. I want everyone to feel welcome to come in there, but the slots are limited, mainly because I don't know how my time's going to look. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you go look at it. And if it's something you feel like you can do, sign up for it and get one of the slots. The third tier that we decided to open up is the content creator tier. I am actually working with 2 people that are very close friends of mine, but they also have their own agencies within content creating. And we've all agreed that we are going to create a collective space for people who are aspiring content creators or people who already do content creating but are very new to it and want a little bit more of a boost. We're going to have so many resources. We're going to be able to talk about cameras, lighting, script writing, all of those different things, how to talk to brands, how to set up your own rate card. And we are going to have this group that is kind of exclusive so that when brands approach one of us, we can give that brand information for all of us. Now, it's not guaranteed. There's a whole thing about that. You'll read about it in that tier. But for people who want to do content creating and make content creating more than just like something you do, make it a side hustle or make it a full-time job, that's where this is going to come in. And we now have all 3 of those tiers to offer, and we're very, very excited about it. And if you didn't see on Instagram, I'm a dad now. My daughter was born. I love her to death. That's all of my videos are going to be recorded at 3 o'clock in the morning now, but that's okay. I love being a dad, and I thank you all for all of your support, all of the people who've gone down to the description and bought me pizza, all the people who have supported me through the baby registry, all those things. Like, seriously, guys, I cannot express enough how grateful and thankful I am for all of you, because that really means everything. And again, thank you, xTool, for sending me the M2. It's been absolutely amazing. Now, guys, again, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe to the video if you're not already subscribed. Like the video. Comment down below what fun things you want to see from the xTool. Oh, and I did not forget. I said I was going to tease something that I am doing with the xTool that I think is going to change a lot of things.
I'm not trying to change the world. I just want to be cool, you know?
Now, I think this is going to change everything in the cosplay headspace, maker headspace. I don't know a lot of it, but whenever I make visors for helmets like this or anything else like that, I use these disposable plastic face shields, and then I use a kind of window tint, and I tint it, and then it looks cool and it gives it a cool effect. Now, in the past, I've just made generic shapes, put them in there, good, bing, bang, boom, we're done. Now, there are some people who provide templates for visors so that you can print those out either on normal paper or on your printer, use that, cut it out so that you have the right size. But what I have been trying to do is dial in the right setting that after I apply the window tint, I can just cut it out on this laser. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Well, it's plastic, won't it just melt? Yes and no. I did it successfully once, but I had the sheet all the way down on the bed and it didn't like pop out the way it probably should have. I think because it was cutting and almost melting at the same time. But when I took it off the plate, I was able to rip it off and it didn't ruin anything. But what I think I'm going to do is take the risers from xTool and rise it up and try to get it cut out that way. But the fact that it worked the second time, the first time it didn't cut through anything, but I didn't know the settings right. But it worked the second time in such a crazy manner that if I can figure this out, making custom visors, or at least this way, making custom visors just became a whole lot simpler. And so hopefully I'm going to figure that out soon, because then we're going to have a whole video about making visors for your helmets on the xTool, which I think is just absolutely groundbreaking and amazing. Once again, thank you guys so much. Thanks for sticking around. If you want to join the Patreon, it's going to be in the link below. If you want to buy me a pizza, down below. It's a buy me a coffee link. It's just I named it buy me a pizza because look at me. I like pizza. And again, please subscribe, like the video, and remember, where is it? Right here. Right here. Mistakes make magic, baby.